somebody said that I cracked the code, and they were referring to my multiplying Daniel's 1,335 days in Daniel chapter 12, verse 12. And it seems that I did, but I couldn't have done it without a subscriber named Daniel, because he showed me one equation and I saw something from that equation that was similar to Daniel 12:12, and I took it to Daniel 12:12 and it worked out the exact same. So yeah, I would say me and Daniel and the Spirit of God cracked the code to see the mystery in Daniel 12:12, the 1,335-day count. In which, what I want to show you guys right now is that it's amazing in two ways, not just the one way. And that makes it extraordinary. Now, we saw in my previous videos that when you take the 1,335-day count and multiply it by itself twice, like so, 1 times 3 times 3 times 5 times 1 times 3 times 3 times 5, okay, we get from that equation 2025. That's absolutely amazing. An encrypted message there for us to find. But the extra amazing thing about this is that if you just do it once, 1 times 3 times 3 times 5, only once, you get the number 45, which is the square root of 2025, meaning that this number 45, it is multiplied by itself and you get 2025. That is what a square root is. So whatever number multiplies to itself and then gets a sum, that's a square root. Let me show you. So 45 times 45 equals 2025. So 45 just happens to be that sweet spot number, which is the square root of 2025 when you multiply Daniel once. But when you multiply it twice, you get 2025. How amazing is that? That is absolutely mind-boggling. And, it makes it like a cherry on top, like total confirmation that when you multiply it once, 1 times 3 times 3 times 5, you get the square root of 2025, 45. But when you multiply it twice, 1 times 3 times 3 times 5 times 1 times 3 times 3 times 5, you get 2025. My goodness, that is incredible. That's what makes it so incredible. And there are a lot of incredible things that I can say about these verses in Daniel, verse 11 and 12. But this is the one thing that I wanted to point out real quick. And the number 45 is incredible because Enoch equals 45, as I've gone over, and he was raptured. And Elijah equals 45, as I've gone over, and he was raptured. And Daniel equals 45, which he was all about the Antichrist. And Shem equals 45. And Shem is short for Semites, Shemites, the Jews, all pointing to 2025. All that in that one verse. It's incredible. It's undeniable. If somebody just has a little bit of discernment and revelation, man, who can reject this? It's incredible. So yes, I did crack the code, but with the help of the subscriber, his name is Daniel, and through the Spirit of God. And it's all pointing to 2025. And again, if you go 1,335 years back from 2025, you come to the creation of the Dome of the Rock, which is in 690 AD, which is a type of the abomination that causes desolation. Okay? There are many layers to these things. And so it's a very landmark piece of history having to do with the last days. So you go exactly 1335 years back, you come straight to it. It's amazing. I mean, we're there. This is going to be the biggest year. I've already shown you guys that this is the year of the rapture, no doubt. And let's go over those calculations. Now, this is what Daniel showed me that led me to Daniel 12. The subscriber, Daniel, he led me to Daniel 12 because he did this. He said, look at this. If you take the number for harpazo, which is the rapture, 726 in the concordance, and you add it to its mirror, which is 627, you get 1353. And then he says, if you take that number 1353 and multiply it twice, 1 times 3 times 5 times 3 times 1 times 3 times 5 times 3, you get 2025. I said, that's amazing. But as soon as I saw the number 1353, those are the same numbers. I saw the same numbers in Daniel 12:12, just in a different order. And so through this calculation that he showed me, then I figured out, oh, take this to Daniel 12:12 because it's the same numbers, just in a different order, but they multiply the same. So they both equal 2025. And they both equal 45 if you just multiply them once. You see, and that's what happened. And then if you take 1353 to the Strong's Concordance, what is it? It is redemption. Yeah, we're sealed with the Holy Spirit until the day of redemption. Ephesians 4:30. And the number 430 is God in the Strong's Concordance. This is... So yeah, we did crack the code. No doubt. 2025 is the year. No doubt.